6:18, another dramatic day in the Michael Jackson trial as the court proceedings take on a race. Here now with our legal eagles for a closer
Legal Eagles, the Insider's Edge, Katie Fang, Mark Eiglarsh. Good to have you guys with us.
And why they were found.
I totally disagree. These are legal magazines that you can buy at any 7-Eleven. These were not little boys, barely legal, referred to women who happen to be teens but over 18. And the bottom line is the only thing this is going to do in terms of impacting the trial is keep the jurors in the jury room a little longer while they say, hey, Judge, we need a little bit more time to look at these magazines.
To further the molestation of the children.
The defense is going to argue that these kids had free reign of Neverland Ranch on their own. They chose to find his porn collection. They looked through it. They also found alcohol and drank it on their own, with or without Michael. That doesn't mean that somehow Michael sanctioned. There's still the First Amendment out there. You know, I'm innocent, doesn't get into the facts of the case. He's done things like that on the website. Biggest day of the trial. The judge will not only consider letting in 1993 allegations, but 1990. Who knows about 1990? That went away quietly.
My goodness.
A lot of smoke, and maybe there's fire behind it. And so from the defense perspective, we are absolutely concerned about this. They've submitted briefs, and I think maybe he'll have further discussion, but he's going to make his decision. But the bottom line is, what Katie does not address, which is critical, is that the fact patterns are just not similar. In general, okay, there was allegations of molestation. That doesn't do it. There's a case where somebody was accused of magazines, no wine cellar visits. Those are the kind of distinct facts that we're looking for that are absent in both of the allegations from 1990.
Mark Eiglarsh, Katie Fang, can't wait to have you back tomorrow. Thanks so much. It's great.
I'll argue in closing as to why she didn't testify, and I think there's enough witnesses to support the allegations that she manufactured.
Take the bull by the horns.
Great question, because she wasn't being falsely imprisoned. But Katie just admitted that this Army major, who was a pure witness, shopped the story like everybody else. He's no different than the cast of characters that we've had. You brought up the Bashir documentary. The very next day, the Child Protective Team came in and interviewed independently the child, the mom, the brother and sister, and they all said no molestation took place. None. They said nothing took place. I couldn't disagree more with Katie on that point. This was one of the worst witnesses the prosecution could have put forward. Not only was she completely void of any credibility, but she helped mold the defense theory that this is a bizarre woman who could have put her child up to extorting Michael Jackson for money and used her child inappropriately. I've seen many witnesses at all who haven't tried to cash in on Michael Jackson, who haven't lied in the past. I don't know how Katie can possibly dismiss the significance of the mother of the accused somehow coming across the manner in which she did. She lied in a civil suit under oath, committed perjury, committed potential welfare fraud, is invoking the Fifth in front of this jury. This is powerful. This is the worst possible scenario for the prosecution, in my opinion. I disagree with Katie. The impact is enormous. He had an opportunity. Each family member had an opportunity to disclose to this DCF worker whose sole purpose was to determine whether he'd been molested. And not only didn't he say he was molested, but he got offended. Everyone keeps thinking that I was molested by him. I wasn't molested. They did a great job in a short period of time, 50 witnesses, in and out.
Didn't give it to him.
Right, and that is significant because one of the allegations is that Michael Jackson gave them alcohol to facilitate the molestation. The argument from the defense is they got this alcohol whenever they wanted by running free in Neverland Ranch, which makes Michael a bad host, but not a criminal. Many people think that she's just out there, that she absolutely suffers from mental illness, that she'd be the type of person to put her own kid up to make false allegations about Michael Jackson.
Eiglarsh, thanks so much. Love it. Love it. Love it when you guys score. It's my favorite part of the show.
My favorite part is Mark. Sometimes he looks at Katie like,
oh yeah, oh yeah, and he'll go, Katie. But that's okay. Katie has her own, you know.
Dueling attorneys, we love it.
7:19 is the time. Coming up next.